Hey guys, welcome back to the Bears Den. I'm Maddie, and today I'm going to be talking about why I chose Missouri State. So, I looked at a couple different colleges. Money was definitely a factor, just because I didn't want to go out of state because it was so expensive and I could not afford it. I do live in Missouri. That is where Missouri State is located. It's located in Springfield, Missouri. So, since I only looked at schools in state, I applied to community college just as like backup in case for some reason something happened and I decided to stay home, save some money, go to community college. I'm originally from St. Louis, so I'm pretty sure I applied to like Merrimack or something. Second college I applied to is SEMO, which is in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and I toured SEMO. My cousin goes to SEMO. I liked it. It's a little small, not for me. It was a good school. I just didn't really vibe with it. Then I applied to Mizzou. I liked Mizzou. I toured it. I wasn't like in love with Mizzou, just personally for me. I thought it was too big, too spread out. I wanted a big campus feel, but I wanted like still small like campus feel because I went to a private high school and I was used to like it being very like, I know everyone, it's small, not too big. So Mizzou was good, not my vibe. Then I applied to Missouri State University and I toured it. I absolutely loved it. I also looked at a couple other schools. I didn't tour these, I just like looked online. I didn't apply to these. I think I looked at UCM, University of Central Missouri. I looked at MSSU, which is Missouri State Southern University or something like that. I think there's some other ones, like smaller schools, but I didn't like go tour them or anything and I didn't really apply. I just looked into them. So I chose Missouri State University for a bunch of different reasons. First off, I was really set on Mizzou before I toured it. I got accepted into all those schools that I mentioned earlier, and I got some money off of Mizzou. I got actually a decent amount of money off, and I was really set on it. I was like, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm sure I'll love it. I toured it. Not my vibe. Great school though, nothing against it. I know so many people that go there and have fun, but toured Missouri State and I absolutely loved it. Like, it was exactly what I wanted, and I know everyone's different. Everyone has different, preferences and things that they like, and I know money comes into it. I did get a good amount of money off from Missouri State for scholarships and for financial aid. With Missouri State being like affordable, that was good for me. In state, it was only 3 hours away from my home, which I liked. I could easily drive there. So when I toured the campus, I really got a good vibe. Like, I really liked it. Everyone seemed generally like happy to be there and nice. And when I passed people, I wasn't like scared or intimidating. It just felt right for me personally. And I also liked, it's a big school. Like, Missouri State is not a small school. I think it has a couple thousand less than Mizzou, like, students. But their campus is all together. Like, it is one big sidewalk with like fountain and building and building and building. There's a couple of buildings like downtown and off campus, but those are for like special like majors and stuff like that. So I don't really go off campus. I know some majors do go off, but those are nice buildings as well. But other than that, the campus is very like close together, so it feels like, a smaller campus, but there's so many people that it gives you big campus vibes. So I could honestly walk the campus in probably 15 to 20 minutes. Maybe less than that, honestly. I've never timed it. It goes by pretty fast. I get my steps in. But everything is really easy to locate, and everything's updated, which I really like. I love traditional stuff. There is some still like traditional buildings and rooms and stuff like that, but I love like things being like newer and nice, and that's kind of how I got the feel. Like, they have updated many buildings on campus, especially I'm an elementary education major. They just redid Hill Hall, which is for the education department, and it is very nice. I really do like it. I also decided to go here because of my major. So all the schools that I looked at had really good elementary education programs. But Missouri State stood out to me in different ways because I did meet with like a education person, head of department. I don't know who they were, but they would meet with me, and I think you can do this for other majors, I'm pretty sure. And they'd give me a schedule, you know, give me some other papers, you know, talk about what classes I'd take, what I'd be doing, like, the next 4 years about, like, you know, elementary education. And I really, like, enjoyed that because they, like, showed me stuff that I saw at, like, other campuses, but then there was also many differences, and, like, I really enjoyed that they had more opportunities and other things than other campuses did, and I really felt like a connection. For me personally, I know everyone's different, but this is why I chose Missouri State. And one thing that really stood out to me about the elementary education department that I've been thinking about doing since I, you know, started going to school here is the internship program. So I don't know, like, all the details on the internship program. I kind of just have, like, a little summary of it. So, like, my opinion on doing it could change, but from what I've heard, everyone loves it, and it's actually a really great opportunity if you're an elementary education major. I'm sure they have other stuff like this for other majors or in the education department. I'm not sure. I've only ever learned about elementary education, like, you know. So, the internship program, usually when you're an elementary education major, your senior year, your spring semester, your last semester of school, you do student teaching. And so you're not taking any classes or anything, you're just student teaching. But the internship program is your full senior year. I'm not sure if you take classes still or not, or if you're just doing the internship program. That is the one thing I need to clear up. And talk to my advisor about, because I also do, you know, every major or, like, student gets an advisor for their major. But you do the internship program, basically you're student teaching the full year, and it gets your foot in the door, and there's many different, like, benefits to it. And I just, like, when she was explaining it to me, I was like, that's what I want to do. And the other schools didn't have that, and they're like, it is a newer program, like, we're starting to, like, really get it going and stuff like that. But I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to get, like, hands-on experience for the full year than just half a year. But you do also have the choice of not doing the internship academy, which you can just do, you know, the traditional student teaching, which is also great too. Like, they both have their benefits, and it just depends on the person. And I've definitely had, like, my doubts thinking about it, or my pros, and I'm like, that would be so good for my career, but what about, like, I want my at least another semester of college because COVID took half of it. And just a lot of things to think about, but that's one thing that really stood out to me that I really liked about Missouri State. Another thing that I liked about Missouri State, and this is kind of stupid, like, this doesn't really matter that much, but I really enjoyed, their mascot, which is Boomer the Bear, and their colors, which is maroon and white. I just think it's, like, cute, you know? I mean, it's not a big factor into why I chose it, but it's just another reason. Also, I wanted to join a sorority, like, before coming into college. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do when I'm getting college. And I was really intimidated by Mizzou's, you know, Sorority Life, because it's so big. And I wanted big, but I didn't want big, you know? Like, I was like, that's a lot. Like, it's a lot of people. Like, I don't know, maybe I want something more chill. And I have so many people, you know, friends that go to Mizzou and sororities, and they love it. And I'm sure it's a great time, but not for me. For me, it was Missouri State, because they have big sororities, but it's a little different than Mizzou. And I really enjoyed how, like, close-knit FSL was, which is Fraternity and Sorority Life. And I just liked, it's just, like, a different vibe. And that's, like, kind of like my vibe, just, like, being chill and stuff like that. And that's why I wanted to join, is because I thought I would have a more enjoyable time going through recruitment and being in a sorority at Missouri State. Another reason is when I toured campus, there was just a lot of different things that I liked. You know how I said that it was very, like, close-knit? Well, they have, like, the PSU, which is the Plaster Student Union Center, and they have, like, you know, a lot of schools have this, but they had, like, all my favorite restaurants. You know, Starbucks was there, and I love Starbucks to get those strawberry refreshers, and all the dorms were, like, close together. And the one dorm that I stayed in, which was Blair Shannon, I stayed in the Shannon building, they have a dining hall, like, in the building, which is really great, and I really like that. And I really just liked how everything was, like, located, and if you're ever thinking about taking a tour, I'd do it. Like, even if you're, you know, on the border, or you think you like somewhere else, you know, it's always good just to explore your different options. But I was honestly expecting not to love Missouri State University when I toured it, and I was dead set on another school. But my opinion and my thoughts changed once I toured it. And I know, again, I've said this a million times, everyone's different. Like, everyone has a different path in life. Everyone has a different personality and things that they like. So, you know, some places you might be more drawn to than others, and that's okay. I just wanted to share my experience to you guys and why I like it. I hope that you guys, you know, want to visit or, you know, look into it. You can always look online, like on the Instagram or anything. But really, like, if you're making your college decision, I would really give it some thought, because you don't want to end up somewhere that you don't want to be at. Just make sure that you look into, like, wherever you're going and really decide on what you want to do in life, because it's super important. And, you know, plans change, things change, and if you have to transfer or do something else with your life, that's okay. I've definitely thought about, you know, changing my major or doing different things, and that's natural to think about that stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Again, this was just my experience, why I chose it. I do not speak for anyone else who goes here or anyone that's thinking about going here. I just wanted to share my experience and thoughts and opinions with you guys. And again, I don't want to bash any other schools. All the other schools I toured were great. Just not for me, not my vibe. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a like and subscribe. Thank you.